Hello, my name is Rampant and welcome back to No Man's Sky. On today's episode, I did say we're gonna do something a bit more relaxed, and we are. It's probably for today's episode only, we'll see. We'll see where we're actually gonna get to. But first of all, let's do the base computer archives. That's why we're here, that's what we're gonna do today. The first thing we're gonna do today, actually. Have a couple of things that we need to do. So, let's see what the base computer archive has to say. Data recovered 61%, that's good, we're almost reaching 100. Having great success with advanced materials, able to far more efficient synthesis. It seems I can create pathways to materials from all over the system. Okay. Additional data available, let's see what it gives me. Medium refiner plants. Okay, I was wondering where that was, because we had a large one. And it's very expensive to build. It's not very expensive, but it is a bit annoying to build because of the 5 microprocessors, 200 chromatic metal, and 100 sodium nitrate, I believe? It could be 100 chromatic metal, but I think it was 2. Anyway, I was wondering where the medium one was because I'm planning on building like 5 refiners on my ship. It's just because sometimes I buy out like 2,000 or 3,000 ferrite, so I can turn it into ferrite dust. Ferrite dust into pure ferrite. So I buy a lot of it out because it's cheap and it transfers 1-to-1, and you need pure ferrite to actually build the base. And 350 pure ferrite is a single component, so it goes really quickly. That, and I do tend to farm up a bunch of carbon so I can transfer it into condensed carbon because you need it for a lot of stuff. It tends that we didn't actually, so I'm going to need to construct it, but that's going to happen in between episodes on board the ship. I'm not actually going to do it yet. We did pick a daily mission for exploration because that's what we're actually going to do this episode. But we're not going to go to the standard systems. We're actually going to go to one of the systems where we normally cannot reach without a specialized hyperdrive. Which, well, would you look at that? We have one installed. Hyperdrive computational matrix is upgraded, preventing rapid disassembly when attempting to reach rare class red stellar bodies. So that's where we're going to go. We're actually going to go to a red stellar body, which we need a special hyperdrive for. And if we can, we're actually going to go to a blue stellar body as well. I'm not sure if we're going to have the time for a green stellar body. I might extend this episode a bit longer, depending on how things go. Because I'm planning on doing a lot of things this episode, and I'm not sure we're gonna have the time for it. But anyway, this episode is gonna be a lot about exploration. I did some agricultural work off camera in between episodes. I sent in the ships. As you can see, a lot of my inventory has sodium, destabilized sodium. Over the side, there was a couple of more things that I picked up, a bunch of credits, which was over 1 million. But these things are gonna be sold. For now, though, there is something that I wanted to show you. I just saw it last night. I did not actually, how do you say? I did not do anything more than a single peek, you could say. And then I immediately placed the beacon and left because I wanted to save it for camera. Because it's something that I've never seen before. There it is, on that planet. I know it was somewhere nearby. It's a minute flight off, so I'm actually going to get to talk a little bit. It's a little bit more than a minute. Yeah, a minute. This is the last planet which we didn't have discovered, but it's not a really interesting planet. From what I saw, there aren't many buildings, there aren't many animals, there's just a bunch of mushrooms. Floating mushrooms, but mushrooms. You're gonna get to see it. I believe we've seen something similar, and that's why I actually went to it off camera, because I'm pretty sure I did land on a planet like this. Anyway. What I was going to get to talk about, we do have a bit of stuff, as you can see on the starship here. I installed an extra impulse drive for more maneuverability because I am planning on, plan for the worst, prepare for the worst, so there might be a couple of fights. I installed an extra shield, we have one here as well. So that's extra shield strength. The cadmium drive, as stated. I installed another S-class photon cannon module. And the hyperdrive extra range, which is an extra 202 light years, just in case we might actually need it. I'm not actually going to install anything else on this ship because I am planning on upgrading it to an S-class ship as soon as we see one and as soon as I have the money to buy one. A fighter ship or exploration vessel. depending on, you know, really, depending on which one we see first, or I could actually go for both. You never know. We do have a ship capacity of 6, I believe, or 9? It was either 6 or 9. So this is the planet. It's just a bunch of mushrooms. There are a couple of floating mushrooms, which you could say they're like that one, that are a bit interesting. You might have already seen where I'm actually taking you. I'm taking you to this thing. Yep, that thing. We're gonna land next to the beacon so I can pick it up because I am really lazy. I have no idea what this thing is. So we are about to explore it with you guys. Pick up the beacon. It looks like some sort of a space portal to me, really. I have no idea what it is, so let's try and interact with it. Oh, we can interact with it from here. I was actually wondering if there was gonna be a way to interact with it. Sentries. Oh, that's glowing red. Interesting. Look at it. I call these mushrooms, I don't know, because it's a fungal planet. Wind erosion. It was formed via wind erosion. Imagine that. Unexpectedly buoyant, and it's ferrite dust and oxygen. It's interesting, it's egg-shaped, it looks metallic a little bit. I think it looks metallic. Could be some sort of a rock thing. Anyway, let's see what this portal does. Label ad nulla nasa. Boundary failure. Unexplained. Let's see what this is. Iteration something something A. A terminal blinks awaiting input. Yeah, we saw that. Let's download the data. Scenario. Subroutine Sentinel. Dispatched to intervene in lifeform designates. Something war. Removal from history. Continuation of creator protocol. Sentinels eradicate species. 148 do not return. Diagnostic error data loss error. Analysis continues to express original program directives, growing its ability to model conflict scenarios. Redundant behavior. This reminds me of Knights of the Old Republic. The HK unit, Knights of the Old Republic 2. The HK units used to speak like this, like angry voice, annoyed voice, you know, something like that. You know. Redundant behavior. Data loss troubling. Potential loss of control. Self-awareness, question mark. Okay. I guess this was like a monolith thing? It was just... It's an information term? Weird. I honestly thought this was gonna do something. I'll try to fly through it, but... From which side though? I think it's from the other side. Yeah, I might have to try and fly from the other side. I'm gonna check out the terminal again, there might be some other input or something. But it just looked like an information terminal about the Sentinels. This is entirely possible that it's on every planet, we just haven't seen one, and that this thing actually controls the Sentinels, because that's what it looks like to me. Because it has information about the Sentinels in it, or at the very least that's what I understand from what it said. Now let's try and go through it. I'm gonna actually take the turn a little bit wider. Okay. It is entirely possible that that's just it, that's just information and this is some sort of a transmission tower, but... Let's try and go through it. Okay, well, you know, I was hoping it would power on in the last second and actually teleport us somewhere. But it doesn't look like that's the case. Yep. So, let's go into space. I have prepared in between episodes for going really far away, even though we can teleport, you know, wherever we want. As you can see on our cargo, we have pure ferrite again, cobalt's fine, oxygen's fine, we have extra sodium nitrate here. Condensed carbon was actually at 0, it was over 700 or 800, but I had a lot of machines to refill, so it's 430 again. Chromatic metal is back to 500. And we're actually gonna leave. I do have a couple of destinations set. And this is the first one. Wait a minute. That's our home base. Wait a minute, why does it say home base? Wait a minute. We have been there. Wait a minute, didn't I set this one? Isn't this a red stellar? Because up until now we've been going to these not blue ones to these yellow ones. I thought that we couldn't go to a red stellar planet without the drive. This is the one I was setting a destination for, but for some reason it's targeting there. Must be a part of the quest or something. I did set up a base and a portal here to the underwater planet because apparently you need an actual terminal, the one that we built underwater, to actually be able to resummon the the Nautilus there. So I believe this is a red stellar. Yeah, this is not a red stellar one. And I know I selected for a fact. I know for a fact that I selected a red stellar one because I want. Yeah, this is how I selected it. F. But for some reason it went away. Anyway, we are gonna go warp to it. I know this is a closer one, but I have a second one in mind as well. It depends though, it depends on how long it takes us to discover a couple of these worlds. We'll see what they are first from space. If there is an interesting world, we're gonna go to it. If there isn't, well, we still might go to it because there apparently are different materials in these red, green, and blue stellar giants. I'm not actually sure if there's even going to be a space station here because it takes a special drive to get here. Yeah, there's no space station here. There does not appear to be a space station here. Let's scan though quickly. Space station might pop up. You normally see it on the screen, but undiscovered planet. Okay, let's see what it is. Scanner is recharging. This is an overgrown planet. Have we been to one? Activated hostile scan. You know, we're not gonna fight now. We are really close to the planet. We're gonna be there in a couple of seconds. But you know what I'm gonna do? I am gonna refuse him. Because that's just the type of person I am. And then we just run. Probably shouldn't have refused them. Now I can't pulse jump. Yeah. I mean, there's only 3 ships. I can easily take them on, but not going to. Just gonna fly to the planet. Plus, it'll allow me a bit more time to talk. So, from what I saw, because I bought, I believe, all 3 of the special drives to get to these planets. From what I saw, there were materials that we've never seen before, or at least I haven't. You know, as stated before, this is my very first playthrough. Like, the most I've been is on the wiki page for only a couple of things, really. And I tried to avoid spoilers as much as possible because the story actually really seems interesting to me and I do want to get to the bottom of it. What was I gonna say? So yeah, there's apparently a couple of materials that we have not seen before, like emerald, which I need for both the plant and the other drive, activated cadmium, which we just saw is on this planet. And we're actually gonna look for... Are we gonna look for a base first? No, we're gonna land in this rock field over here. Let's explore a little bit. Torrential heat, average, bountiful flora, and copious fauna. Speaking of fauna... Kill predatory creatures, of course. I do keep picking up these quests. They're just good to do. What is that thing? Okay, it's just a mineral. Spear ferrite. You're not really going to mine. This looks like a rabbit. Like a really weird rabbit. That's armored clam, that's underwater, probably that as well. What we came here mostly for is the activated cadmium deposits. This is already scanning, so I might as well leave it. Something. Okay, they're not aggressive at the very least. Now, the real question is there actual life, as in Gek, Korvax, you know, Viking, anything on these planets? Because there's obviously no space station, we haven't seen one yet. These planets are apparently harder to get to, so, you know, we are assuming that there might not be any... Oh, there's a sentinel. Actually, sentinels don't care about me mining out cadmium. So I'm just gonna quickly mine out, like, a stack? A stack should be enough, shouldn't it? I'm not entirely sure how much we needed for the drive, really. So this is the cadmium drive. It's made from something that it's easy to get. I know I'm being attacked, that's fine. And the other one's the Emerald drive, which we need cadmium from. Oh, we don't actually need activated cadmium. So if I shoot this, the Sentinel's gonna anger. So I actually need normal cadmium. Oh, I did not notice that. Magnetized. At the very least, there is magnetized ferrite on this planet. But what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna take out the signal booster. And we will scan, I don't know, random frequency, like locate nearby structures. Let's see if it finds anything. It might not, it has happened. Okay, it did find something. What is that though? That circular thing. Distress beacon, okay, that's probably a crashed ship. It's a couple of hours away. By foot, of course, not by ship. By ship it's gonna be a couple of minutes away. Let's see. Yeah, it's 20 minutes away by ship. So we're actually gonna go into high atmosphere so that I can actually use the pulse drive. Okay. It's just so we can speed up the journey. There's no point in waiting 20 minutes. And I'm gonna quickly refill the launch thrusters. I set up a autonomous mining base for uranium, so I'm never really gonna need to buy it. I just need to plop there like once a day and I'll have like 500 uranium. I put in 2 those units, so that's 500 uranium. Apparently those units, because I was oop, there's something here before we go to the distress beacon. So there is life on this planet. But that's not, there's no point in exploring that. We've seen that before. I want something different. I was hoping for something different on these planets. Let's see, what is this distress beacon for? I don't see a crashed ship though, which is weird. Normally these contain a crashed ship of some sort. Yeah, you see, there's a shadow here. There's a shadow from like... where? It's a lot darker here. Just search this quickly. Sodium... ooh, sodium nitrate, okay. Damaged machinery requires cobalt. No, we have ionized cobalt. We don't have cobalt. Let's look at the distress beacon. It might be something interesting. Let's see, it could be story related. Probably not, but it could... The black box reveals the ship is stained with the blood of at least 2 species. Viking warriors pursued the pilot across 3 systems, and before blasting them out of the sky, there were 2 individuals on board. A traveler and a Viking mech priest. That's the first time I've heard of a Viking mech priest. Injured, the pair fled with their enemies transmitting data before they left. It appears that this priest was some kind of a fugitive. Analyze. I'm actually going to analyze the signal. I don't care about reporting them. My Viking standing is really good. I attempt to analyze the black box signal using my scanner. My exosuit begins to spit out error messages warning me to cease my scanning. The equipment appears to be linked to another universe. I find something. An object caught between worlds. I pull at it. Is that why this is like just a shadow here? Geology's cannon module. I didn't like the geology cannon, so that's not a useful module for me. Was that it? Really? Are we leaving this planet? Let's see, what is that? Subterranean relics. Nothing we haven't seen. Floating crystals. I'm pretty sure I've shown them before. Magnetized ferrite. That's hazardous flora. Paraffinum. Which I do need a little bit of, but not too much of. Ooh, that's big things. What is that? Passive and eats small trees. Ooh, you look stripy. Okay. Oh, those are floating crystals, by the way. If you haven't seen them before, those are floating crystals. They're mostly tetracobalt, which is actually really useful. There's rare metal elements, which I could use, but I'm not actually going to farm them because they do take a lot of time to... Superoxidized crystal, they do take a lot of time to actually farm out. Go away. Go away. Stop interfering with my narration. They do take a lot of time to mine out, but they are useful because it's 100 for the tetra cobalt. It's 150 ionized cobalt, so that's 300 cobalt. So I'm gonna go, I guess, a quick pass. Oh wow, okay, cannot see anything anymore. And if I can't see anything, then the bitrate on the video is gonna be horrible. One more scan and then we're leaving. Nope, there appears to be nothing. So it is entirely possible that stations here are really rare. We're actually gonna go towards the next planet. I mean, it said overgrown planet, but I didn't really see anything overgrown on it. That one maybe? Yeah, let's see what this planet's all about. This planet is... It looks very watery from here. Vermilion globe. Cadmium, phosphorus, sodium. Okay, so we do need cadmium, but what is a vermilion globe? I guess we're gonna find out in like 30-ish seconds. That's interesting. We still have these, so I was... honestly, I didn't think about the fact that there might not be space stations here. That's why I just left with the sodium in my inventory. Oops. First oops of the episode, you know, it's not that big of a deal. So what this means is that I'm actually not going to be able to come back here unless I warp specifically back here because there is no space station. I wonder what the map says. Let's see. Current system. No signal detected. Uncharted. Yeah, look at it. It actually says Uncharted. No signal. This is the second one that I wanted to visit. It actually has a dominant life form in it. Let's scan. Let's see what the scan actually reveals. So I'm scanning with the tab here. Is it currently scanning? No, 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 no. Okay, I guess we're just leaving the map. This does look like a water planet to me though. Might not be, it might just be really green soil, but looks like a water planet to me. Oh, that's big rocks. That's really big rocks. Are we gonna land next to the big rocks, or are we just gonna... I'm gonna go land on the other island. So we do need to find cadmium. Oh, I think that's it, actually. I think we just found it. Activated cadmium was reddish, so... Sentinel's low, rich flora and generous fauna. Yasezu 8 system. And I cannot pronounce the planet's name. That's just not happening. There's absolutely no way I can pronounce that. Let's mine out a stack of cadmium. I know that mining is a bit boring, especially when I do it on the lowest setting, but this is the way you get the most resources out of a single resource deposit. Right, it's actually on the screen, I didn't notice. The single resource deposit. This is the way you get the most. Well, actually, deactivate the autonomous mining units that you build that are importable and that do state that they do destroy these deposits. They are not portable and they do not destroy deposits. That's the only thing I would like to say, because I did have to actually go in the wiki. My autonomous mining units were sort of bugged. They were farming on a silver deposit. I have 4 of them currently. They are farming copper. They are gathering copper instead of actual silver from time to time. So I went on the forums, checked, and it is true they do not remove a deposit. They will just infinitely mine there. That is why I said last episode that I think that they will mine out something like 2 or 3k before a deposit is actually fully depleted, but they do not deplete deposits, and they are not portable. Even though, okay, we have a little bit more of cadmium than we needed, but it should be fine. And as stated, they are not portable. So, Emerald Drive. And we have an Emerald Drive installed now. Does that boost our... No, it does not boost our hyperdrive range. So I don't need to install them one next to each other. So, I might actually use a signal booster here again. Signal booster. Let's scan for nearby structures. And this is a water planet, so probably things are gonna be, well, underwater by the looks of things, but you know, let's scan. There might be something interesting above ground, you never know. And this is a planet as well that we haven't visited. Okay, there is something. There's a distress beacon again. This actually seems close by. 9 hours. It is not close by, it is anything but close. I mean, this is kind of a cool planet. I'm just gonna quickly fly by here, just do a quick pass. Maybe we see something, maybe we don't. It looks all the same, but it does look cool. This is something we haven't seen before. Okay, let's go into space now. If you notice, I'm not using the pulse drive to go into space because we don't actually need to be fully into space, we just need to be in high atmosphere. Okay, let's see what this distress beacon is all about. It is entirely possible that this was fully intended, it probably is fully intended by the developers, that, you know, you reach a red star, you build a special drive. There's no life here because, you know, it requires a special drive to go through there, so there's not going to be a lot of traffic, so there's no point in building a space station. That's at least what I would do. Like, you would not build a gas station in the middle of a desert which has no roads, for example. And that's why things are rarer here, I guess. But this is what bugs me. Like, there is a shadow here, but there's no ship. Don't get me wrong, I would probably not take the ship unless it's extremely expensive. There is a shadow here, but there's no ship, which is interesting. Let's see if we can repair the damaged machinery for a bit of clusters. No, it's cobalt again. Let's see what this distress beacon has to say. The vessel seems to have belonged to a fellow traveler. The computer reveals they visited many systems and named many worlds, discovering more new species than many will ever see. But they saw something they should not have seen. There is a holographic box deep within the ship. Korvax approached the crashed ship, dozens of them surrounding the traveler as they died. The Korvax claimed that the travelers should not have tried to run. Analyze the black box signal. Attempt to analyze the black box signal using my scanner. My exosuit begins to spit out error messages warning me to stop what I'm doing. I find something, an object caught between worlds. I pull at it. Photon cannon module class B. Like, this is a photon cannon. I mean, I should install it at the very least. Even if I don't like it, I could just disassemble it for the tech module. Do I like it? Don't I like it? It's fire rate 7% damage, actually not bad, so I'm actually gonna keep it for now. I should have installed it here, but I was planning on disassembling it, so. Did I pick up my signal booster? Or did I forget? It's not like I can't build another one, but I don't want to. Let's try and locate more nearby structures. It's weird, you get to these places, you pull on some between-dimensional thread. A traveler was here, crash landed, and there's obviously signs of a wreckage, you can see that. This shadow here is bothering me. Is this a bug, or is this actually meant to be like this? Is this just because I have two theories at the moment. We'll see which one is correct. Because the distress beacon stated in between dimensions, this could be something that was like, this area could be something that's was just pulled into this dimension, the one that we are in, and this is just like a shadow, you could say, of the other dimension here, of the ship where it is. Or the other theory is that the game is really bugged and the ships didn't just didn't spawn. Is that thing? No, that's phosphorus. This is flora, actually. Okay, let's scan it quickly. Heat-seeking, air-leaching, irresistible seeds, and it is carbon. Okay, so we are going to be leaving this planet. We're going to go to the next planet, to the next world. Come on. Come on, take the ship. This is an interesting place, though. But yeah, it might actually be time to move on to the next planet. It is moving on 30 minutes, but like I said, this episode is going to be a bit more extended. It's not going to be too extended, but it is going to be a bit more extended. Now, there's also something I really wanted to try. Were we on that planet? Yeah, we were on that planet. So that's probably the next one, isn't it? It's undiscovered. It is... Toxic planet. We have been on a toxic planet before, a couple of dozen times, actually. But we are going to go to it because I do want to see if there's a distress beacon there as well. It could have something to do... I don't know. We'll see. We will see. Now, how extended is this episode actually going to be? If you're asking yourself, so am I. So am I. I'm not in the mood. I don't want to end it yet. I want it to be a little bit more. By a little bit more, I don't mean like 2 or 3 minutes. Probably going to be at least 10. Until, at the very least, we fully explore the system, this specific system. And there is something that I wanted to do, and a couple of episodes ago that I actually forgot. It is fly into the solar system sun. I'm not sure what that's gonna do, but that's gonna be the last thing we probably do in the episode, like right before we end it. We'll see. So, oh boy, this is a water world, isn't it? It doesn't tell you which world is like water world and which one isn't from space, because at the moment I'm gonna land here, I'm gonna drop the signal booster and it's not gonna detect any signals, so I came here for no good reason. Now we have been on a planet like, oh, there's something red here. Forget what I said, I actually thought it was something else. The thing is, though, you can't even mine these because the sentinels are all over these small islands. Let's plop down a signal booster. Yes, we discovered this planet. I know. Locate nearby structures. Let's see. Now, I could try and go for a drop pod. There might be one. You never know. It's not going to be in this planet. This is an underwater world. I don't want to be here. There is something. There's a stress beacon. Okay. So there is one on every planet. This one is way closer, though. That was one, the other ones were like 9 and 10-ish hours away, and this one is 4. On foot, of course. We are gonna go into space, though. Into high atmosphere so that we can use the pulse drive. And while doing that, I'm gonna quickly refill both the pulse drive and the launch thrusters. It's just so that, you know, when I need to take off, the launch thrusters aren't at 0. Normally I don't mind so much, but I don't know what these planets are, how many sentries there are, what they'll react to. Well, we know what they'll react to, but you never know. For you know, we could be running into a sentinel trap, which we've never seen before. You see, again, with the shadow. I'm actually gonna land a bit further away, like over here. That's because I want to actually fully see the shadow. See, there's debris again. Yeah, this is just like a burn mark, you could say, from a spontaneous ignition. Like from a, when something burns really fast, it doesn't actually, it just leaves a small scorch mark where it was. And there's no save point here, there's no nothing. There's just damaged machinery and a distress beacon. This is pure fire, so sure. Starship launch fuel, okay. Let's see what the distress beacon says. It's probably going to be something about it being in between dimensions again. The starship appears pristine. Okay, the thing is though, I do not see a starship here. All system functioning. There is no sign that the vessel was ever inhabited, let alone that someone died here. I see it on the terminal, the only video footage left in the system. Sentinels surrounded the traveler, murdered them for mining large quantities of iridium. But the footage does not explain. But the footage does not explain the newness of the ship. Now I can access the ship's computer or search the cargo hold. The thing is, though, I do not see a ship here. This is the only problem I have with it. Like, I would get it if it was like a hologram thing. You know, you could see it was in between dimensions or something. But I do not see a ship here, and yet the distress beacon keeps telling me that there is a ship here. So let's access the ship's computers. Access the ship's systems, extracting a quantity of nanite clusters, which we don't really care about. The system contains multiple video files showing me on my journeys appearing to have been recorded at reasonably close distance. It is unclear who recorded this footage. It is unclear whether I was meant to see it. I still see no ship here, which is very disappointing to me. I mean, I don't think it's a bug because, I mean, if it gives you 3 ships like really quickly, I get why they don't want to do that. Still, farming Iridium. Is this a Iridium world? Cadmium, ammonia, magnetized ferrite, fungal mold. So no. That'll be a no. Oh, we were here. Should I perform a second scan? Yeah, I'm gonna do it, just in case. Kinda thinking we're missing something here. It is entirely possible that we should not be here yet. That our, missions will actually take us here with time, but that might actually have to be in the next episode. I'm not ending the episode yet, don't worry. We still have, I believe, one more planet to visit and go to the sun. So, let's see which planet it was. This is the most difficult thing because the map itself will not lock on to a planet, so I need to actually see every planet by myself. We have been here. We have been here. Okay. We have not been there. Have we been there? No, it does not look like it, I think. Okay, let's go in that general direction. It's probably gonna be a bit longer of flight, so as I said, this episode's gonna be a bit longer. Just to be expected. This should go in the starship. I'm keeping this beacon with me. Geology cannon module and boltcaster module. Both of these will actually have to be disassembled as soon as I have a multi-tool spot. It's primarily because I don't need them. They're class C ones. Nowadays I just install class S or A, so we don't really care about class C ones. Class B I might think about it, but class C, not so much. I mean, I have a lot of clusters. Like, they're not much at the moment because I bought a bunch of stuff, including a couple of blueprints, but they were above 2k just before I started buying stuff. Okay, this is a minute away, so let me just drop out quickly, see if we've been here. It's not showing up for some reason. It's not... Unknown moon. Undiscovered. Moon of Hokaras. It's an empty moon with cadmium, rusted metal, and cobalt. So it's an airless world. We're not gonna go there. But we are gonna go there. And we are gonna scan. Let's see if the scan reveals something. It's a blood planet. We actually have not been to a blood planet. I'm pretty sure. I would remember. It's a minute away. Let's see. If it's an aggressive sentinel planet, though, it's something that we might not want to visit. And the other thing we need to do is actually go to the sun. Yeah, the sun. Yeah, the actual physical sun. Not sure if the ship will survive, but we'll see. As long as it's not really far away, though. If it's really far away, I might just like AFK, leave it in between episodes. We'll see. 40 seconds. Don't care about the cadmium, phosphorus, or the sodium. So the thing is, though, because I've gotten not activated cadmium but activated indium and normal indium, I believe it's indium, they are currently in the storage on base. I know that these are chromatic metal. In fact, it actually says that they're chromatic metal. The thing is, though, the activated one is 1-to-1 and these are 2-to-1, so they're like copper. Alright, this thing required copper to build, or was it chromatic metal? The Starship hyperdrive, the cadmium drive. The drives do give us a hyperdrive range, though, I believe. Oh no, wait, the drives don't. Never mind. Forget what I said. So this is a blood planet. Let's see what a blood planet is. Well, it's not very red for a blood planet, but I mean, aliens could have different types of blood. It's very, it has a really weird color. Let's see if I land, if the sentinels are actually gonna attack us. Nope, sentinels are standard, floor is frequent, generous. Angered clouds, that's the weather, they're angered clouds. Let's see if there's something interesting on the planet. So, phosphorus, cadmium, yeah, we know those. Armored clams. What is this thing? It eats algae. Okay, sure. You're on the ground, but you're eating algae. It's fine. You could swim. I'm not one to judge. There doesn't appear to be anything on this planet. Oh, we had the signal booster. You know what, we're gonna fly for a little bit, then open up the signal booster. Let's keep scanning. There might be a building somewhere around. I see a hole there. No, not a hole, that's a deposit. Okay. Needed to sneeze. Yeah. Tell me what this is without actually, like, looking at it. Is it... Who really needed to sneeze? Sorry about that. Is it condensed carbon? Or is it dehydrogen? It is dehydrogen. It's just the color, it's so really, you cannot tell what it is. Okay, let's put up a signal booster. Did it not find anything? No, I guess not. I mean, let's input data and just locate anything really. What distress frequencies? Target outside local system. You scanned something outside of the local system, really? Okay. I guess there's nothing on this planet. Like, really, there's no building, there's no anything. That's weird. It's really weird. Are those pumpkins? They look like pumpkins from here. Yeah, orange bushes. This planet has a weird color, we're just gonna leave that. We did see what it was at least. It has a lot of trees. Okay. Let's see where the sun is now. Where is the sun? I am here, yeah, I know I'm here. So that thing scanned something. What did it scan? We have no idea. That's weird. I guess we're just gonna leave the map. I want to see the sun. I know I've seen it. Go away. I know I've seen it. I just want to see it and I want to go towards it. Or is that not possible? I could be mistaken when I say I've seen it. There it is. Doesn't look red to me, it looks blue, but let's go towards it. I wonder how far away it actually is. It's not telling me. There might be a reason that it's not actually telling me. Because, you know, of people like me that want to fly into the actual sun. And it's getting really, really bright. That's weird. We don't appear to be gaining any distance between us. It might just be like impossible to reach. I'm gonna wait a couple seconds. If it doesn't actually look like we're gaining any distance, we're just gonna leave it at that. I'm gonna fly to the nearest planet. Mostly harmless, 100k units. We don't care, it's 100k units. If it was a million, Yes, but 100k, that's not worth it. That's not worth anything. Most of the time you get like 3 or 400k from just random things. Okay, we do not appear to be getting any closer to it. I am aiming directly at it. I'm pretty sure there's no like invisible boundaries or anything, but well, let's quickly take a look at our inventory. This should go to our freighter because we do not need it here. Tritium. No, it does not appear like we are moving any closer. It is entirely possible that it was programmed just so that you can never reach it. And we are kind of far away from the closest world now. But that's actually not an issue because next episode we are gonna be... Actually, we'll see. We will see where we're gonna be next episode because I'm not entirely sure if I want to continue exploring. Because I'm kind of getting a feeling like we should not be exploring, like we should go with the main mission until it actually tells us to go to a red, blue, or green stellar body. So we will see. Well, anyway, this has been the extended episode of No Man's Sky. I'm Rampant Mystic, and you've been watching, well, No Man's Sky, really. Hope you enjoyed this episode. We did not get to go to the sun. We'll see, I might actually try to like fly for like 5 minutes towards the sun, see where it gets us. Anyway, I do hope you enjoyed this episode, and I do hope to see you all in the next one.